good? You ready to go?
Yep.
Hello again, high school lacrosse fans, and welcome to this week's Lax Rats and Max Lax LA High School Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. We are coming to you from Miracosta High School on the campus in Manhattan Beach, California, for this year's U.S. Lacrosse Championship LA Boys game. Chief is here, Chopper's here. We're as excited as if we were playing in this game, right?
Oh, so excited. We've been waiting for this game for 2 years. Last year there was a little upset. So, you know, this can be a great game. Super excited here, Chopper.
One of the things that's different about this year's playoffs is that for once the 1 and 2 seeds both made it through, although taking entirely different methods to get there. PV had a walkover last week against Westlake. What'd you see there?
I saw that they caused that walkover. That's a great Westlake team. PV came out on fire. They're playing their best lacrosse right now. It took Loyola 3 quarters to find their groove, get back into where they're at as a program.
You know, I think I talked to some of the Loyola people before the game. They were kind of happy that they got tested because they felt like all year long they've been front running. This time they really had to dig deep, and they wore that Harvard Westlake team down in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they grinded away. They have the athletes. They have the depth. You know, I think Loyola's going to relish in the underdog role. For the first time this season, they're an underdog.
So let's take a look at these two teams. They already met once this year, and for those of you that didn't see or hear about the game, Loyola led that game by 3 goals for most of the game. PV rallied with 2 seconds to go in regulation to tie it. Then PV won it in overtime. A lot of people would say that game didn't prove anything, but you saw some things that proved, didn't you?
That game proved a lot. That proved that Loyola could hold PV to single digits. Not too many teams have held PV to single digits, so it showed that. And it also showed that they could play with PV, and, you know, all the way through, they were right there.
Both these teams are good on each end of the field in the 6-on-6. What do you like about Loyola, and more importantly, what does Loyola have to do tonight to beat PV?
Right, I think Loyola has to limit transition. Right now, PV's playing awesome lacrosse in the middle of the field. They're riding like banshees, as you've mentioned, Chopper. So I think Loyola needs to limit transition, and also, you know, a single-digit game would benefit Loyola.
In fact, the thing that I think PV has improved on this year in the second half is their upfield ride. It's comparable to a full-court press in basketball. They're limiting the other team's possessions. They're taking the ball away. And frankly, that's what wore Westlake out. They just couldn't get onto the offensive end in the second half.
That's right. You know, Palos Verdes, they have a lot of guys. They can play a lot of guys, and their attack rides like no other. So it'll be interesting to see where Loyola stacks up. I think Loyola, the face-off matchup's going to be interesting. You have 2 sophomores looking to prove themselves. Aiden Hess from Loyola and Colin Fitt from PV. Both sophomores, both at the top of their game right now. Both have a lot to prove.
I cannot wait. We're going to be back in 12 minutes for the opening face-off. We'll see you then.
How's it going? No, you see McCreary? Do you know McCreary? Yeah, I saw Ripley and then Ripsley. It's good.
High School for the championship game in the North Division of U.S. Lacrosse Southern Section. Today's boys' final features the designated team, the Cubs of Loyola High School, taking on the designated home team, the Palos Verdes High School Sea Kings. Now introducing the starting lineup for tonight's designated home team, the Palos Verdes High School Sea Kings. In goal, number 31, Connor Youngmore. Jared Jones, number 9.
Once again, we are coming to you from Miracosta High School in Manhattan Beach for this year's United States Lacrosse Championship Los Angeles Boys Final between the dark-clad Loyola Cubs and the white-shirted Palos Verdes Sea Kings. This is the Chopper. I'm here with the Chief. We did an opening stand-up on the stream, and Chief, I think we might have had technical problems. We got a weak signal going here.
That's right, a weak signal, but a great game about to happen. Face-off on their way.
You said before the game face-offs would be one of the keys, and this one is a scrum. No surprise, Jared Jones picks that one up.
That's the vacuum, Jared Jones.
And Palos Verdes will have it first. You look for them to have a long possession first time?
Yeah, you know, the first possessions, just get the jitters out, get the guys a couple touches, get comfortable with the championship atmosphere.
A lot of excitement and anticipation. As we mentioned earlier, these two teams did meet about 6-8 weeks ago. Loyola led that game from start to finish except for the last 2 seconds. Palos Verdes tied it with 2 seconds to go, won it in overtime. We asked you earlier, Chief, what did you see in that game that you thought either of those teams did well?
You know, Loyola holding Palos Verdes to single-digit goals is pretty impressive. If they can do that tonight, that's what they're looking for.
Palos Verdes is 1 minute into this possession. And the first ground ball goes to Palos Verdes.
Oh, and a de-sticking. That's Nick Moeller from Loyola taking the ball away, scooping it up. Can they clear?
And they do. And that's news right there. Palos Verdes was so successful on their upfield ride against Westlake. Loyola looks like they've been preparing for it.
That was a great handle by sophomore Henry Hassenberg, just snagging it out of the air to maintain possession for Loyola. They'll set up in their 6v6 offense. Loyola being patient with the ball. Ryder Mora initiating.
And a shot and a save. Right on the money.
We don't do that. We're completely different from them.
And again, PV in transition. And you mentioned earlier, all of their poles can score. There's one, Jarrett Jones. They got to his body before he was able to squeeze that off.
That's right. That's a deep shot. You'd like to see him penetrate more than shooting from the outside with that long stick.
In contrast to their previous possession where they worked it and never got a shot, they were quick to pull the trigger there.
It's Loyola's second possession. You know, the first 4 minutes of any game is just teams feeling each other out, getting the flow of the game. That's Syracuse-bound Partamian with the ball.
And I will give a shout out to Mr. Partamian. I met him before the game, and he said we were saying good things about his son. And he waited for me to ask who his son was, and he said very clearly, Jonathan Partamian. And we got a flag coming up.
So that's a push. That's on Tucker Frazier. Palos Verdes, we'll see if it's a minute or 30 seconds. In either case, Loyola will go up, man up.
Well, we are roughly 3 minutes into this game, and if you're Loyola, you couldn't have asked for a better start. They've controlled the flow of the game. They've controlled the ball. Now they've got a man up.
So Loyola will start in a 3-3 set with a high crease. Looking to wheel.
They get the look,
That's Sean Smith, just off cage.
and they will hustle it back in, take advantage of the remaining penalty time.
Mason O'Hanlon,
Shot
just
goes
wide. Yeah,
wide.
Partamian just wide. So 2 shots, none on goal. You want to make the goalie make a save, but you value possession, so that's all right here. Into a 2-2-2 look. 2 guys on the crease. Oh, he just backed out. And we're all even here. So PV successfully kills off that man up.
Once again, though, Loyola controlling possession, and I'm sure they're fine with that.
And this is Sean Smith on a short stick. You know, Loyola likes this matchup here.
Looking for that cage roll. It wasn't there. Feeds it out front. Shot goes wide.
You see, the PV will slide to Sean Smith early when he's matched up against a short stick. And I love this matchup right here. It's Shane Sharp on Sean Smith.
Gets a look. A shot and a goal! At 7 minutes, 52 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Sean Smith puts the Cubs on top.
That's right. Sean Smith just patiently backed down Shane Sharp. Let one go low. 1-0 Cubs.
Back to the X here on the faceoff. And who are the 2 faceoff guys here?
That's right. We got Aiden Hess, sophomore from Loyola, had a great year against Colin Fitt from Palos Verdes, also a sophomore. So these guys will see plenty of each other in the future. And first goal is huge. You know, just getting out the nerves, getting up by 1. It kind of gives you a 2-goal cushion in my mind.
Fitt gets the possession, and Palos Verdes will set it up.
So Rizal Smith.
All that speed, all those moves.
That's right. Rizal Smith was Offensive Player of the Year for the Bailey Kid has quicks. Will be going to Stevenson next year.
Now it's Petey Hinkhouse, who's Marquette bound, and Marquette is in the tournament.
It'd be a good time to note that last time when Loyola PV played, Peter Hinkhouse was not in the game. Was injured, so this is his first time playing against Loyola this year.
And like most great players, the contribution won't just be himself directly. Everybody plays better with him in the game because he finds them. This is Hinkhouse.
And that's Loyola in their zone.
Now, PV should be no stranger to this, right? I mean, they would have been practicing for this.
That's right. They're definitely not in shock. They know what to do against this.
Feed low to high, shot blocked by the defense.
That's a great job by who's that, number 4? That's Tommy Riley getting his stick on that.
So, our producer, Mark Haddad, the long man, the defensive expert, he charted 2 ways to attack this 3-3 zone. One was on a wing, get a 1-4 set, and you basically overload them on one side. And the other was feed from X to the top, force everybody to turn their head, which is what Palos Verdes did previously.
That's right. Last time they played, they had a ton of shots, Palos Verdes did. They just couldn't find the cage.
Hinkhouse. Good job of sliding by that defense. He's got to beat 3 guys out there if you're going to get a look. Right out in front, so Rizal Smith, ball gets away.
So that's a great job, great defensive stand for Loyola.
It looked like Rizal might have been hurrying things just a little bit.
Yeah, rushed it, fell out of his stick. He'll get another chance. PV
Loose
on the
ball.
ride.
Can't find it.
That's Mason O'Hanlon with a hustle play in the GB. And stepping out of bounds, forced out of bounds by Kyle McBride, the sophomore, St. John's bound.
There's the ride we were talking about. I love O'Hanlon's grit and determination, but they got him along the sideline and pushed him out. And now Jarrett Jones is back on the attack.
So some exciting action between the lines. These kids really laying it on the line for this championship here.
The fans love that contact right here on the near side. We were watching Phil Thompson for Harvard Westlake last week, and he's got that big body. You can give him all the contact you want. You're not going to move him. Jake Knowles on the dodge.
Jake Knowles has been injured this year, so it's great to see him back.
Gets a step, gets a look, shot, and a goal! Number 1 for Palos Verdes. Austin Lowe took the feed and made no mistake. There's a flag on the play.
And that's a great job by Lowe, shooting the ball low. I think on a bigger goalie like Thuyer, it's good to make him move. So a low to low, was successful just now from Lowe.
They found a soft spot in the zone between those 2 lines, and Lowe had his feet set before he got the ball. All he had to do was catch and shoot. We have got 4 minutes, 48 seconds to go here in the first period. Palos Verdes has tied it at 1.
Fit and Hess on the draw.
Hess had a good game last week against Harvard Westlake at the face-off X. And he wins that one clean.
Clean to himself. That's nice work from the sophomore.
He will see if they're going to stop the ball. They don't stop the ball. A shot goes wide.
I love that, the face-off guy going to the cage, putting pressure on the goal right off the X.
There are still Fogo guys out there, face-off, get off, but more and more these guys are talented shooters, and they can take it right to the cage.
Clearly that kid has wheels.
So Loyola gets a chance to set up, gather itself.
Already, though, after seeing the first game, this game's a lot more exciting. These kids are getting after it. Last time they were a little bit tight, trying not to lose, and looks here that they're playing to win, playing fast.
As we said, these are the top 2 seeds, which has rarely happened in LA, but they are the 2 best teams. They've been the 2 best teams all year.
Without a doubt, these 2 teams are, they can compete at a national level. Very good lacrosse happening right now in LA.
I want to give a shout out to the Frosty Sons of Thunder, a group of misfits scattered across the Midwest and the West. A shot and a goal! That is number 3, Sean Smith, with his 2nd tally. We have got 3 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the first period, and for the 2nd time in this game, Loyola goes up by 1.
And Loyola's been leaning on Smith all year. He's a senior. He doesn't get the recognition or the kudos going to Connecticut College. That kid just consistently gets it done.
Loyola goal at 3:45 in the first period. Scored number 3, Sean Smith, his second goal of the game. Assist number 20 by 27, Henry Hasselberg. It's 2-1 Cubs.
Scrum for that face-off ball. Possession to Loyola, and again, if you're Loyola, you gotta love the pace of this game and the way it's playing out.
Yeah, so far, you know, they're standing right up to PV, even taking it to him. And that's 27. Hassenberg, the sophomore.
You mentioned there's a lot of underclassmen on this Loyola team. Good things for them in the future.
That's right. Loyola's very junior heavy this year.
Gets a step and then gets caught up. Shot goes wide.
That was Ryder Mora, number 11. Terp bound, Maryland bound. Backing up the shot, though, was Palos Verdes, so they'll initiate play.
Interesting to watch Loyola on the ride. It's a man ride, and then they'll fall back into that zone defense when they go 6-on-6. Pretty good job.
It's Shane Sharp with the clear. That was patient clear.
And a takeaway by Loyola.
That was Nico Econ, Air Force bound.
And they outrun the ride, and they are back in business.
Loyola happy to have transfer from Harvard Westlake, Nico Econ. Big contributor. Ooh, wide
Inside
open.
look. How'd he get so open, Chief?
Just lost track of him. Not sure how you lose track of the guy that's already had 2 goals. Might want to cover him.
Nice catch on the far side, and now Palos Verdes will bring it into the attack zone.
I think a little possession time. Oh, right on cue.
And Loyola comes away with it again. And when you're making turnovers, you really can't apply a ride. And as a result, they're right into the attack zone. Shot and a nice save.
That was Nico Econ coast to coast.
Another dropped pass.
Procedure call on Loyola. Not sure the procedure. Definitely was not offsides.
1 minute, 35 seconds to go here in the first period. Palos Verdes down 1 with the ball. Gress it into the attack zone. Last 2 possessions have been sloppy for Palos Verdes.
Yep, empty. You got to come out with at least a shot on goal.
Loyola happy to stay back in that zone defense. They're basically in charge right now. Booth steps inside a 1, nothing there. Hinkhouse will try his luck. They feed it to X.
This is Jack Larkin, 27, had a great game last game.
9 is Wesley. He gets a look, squeezes it off over the top.
And gets crushed.
37 seconds to go, first quarter. Palos Verdes with what they hope will be the final possession of the quarter. Feed out front, knocked down.
That was Gage Rowland. I think he's more of a crease guy than a guy at perimeter.
So Loyola will take it over with 30 seconds to go, plenty of time.
Usually Gage Rowland in the game a little bit later. PV has so many attackmen, and he is a goal scorer, pure goal scorer.
And they find a man breaking free right into the middle. Little juke, a shot and save.
It's a great take from Ryder Mora.
14 seconds to go. They will trigger it right away. Five seconds. Pass knocked down. And time will expire. That's the end of one quarter, at the end of which Loyola Cubs over the Palos Verdes Sea Kings 2-1. Second quarter action ready to begin. Chief, what did you see in the first quarter that caught your attention?
I thought that Loyola played and wasn't scared to go to the goal. Their zone defense is working right now, and they were doing a great job on faceoffs.
As evidenced right there, although there's a turnover and a steal. A chance for a score right here. Gets to the top side, shot, save.
That's a great job by Aiden Wesley getting top side on his guy. That one extra step. I think that's 22, Nick Johansson controlling the GB.
So Palos Verdes lost the faceoff but controls the ball. They will get their attack unit in there. Saboski, the big Saboski into the game. He had a great game Saturday, did he not?
Great game. Right now these middies for Palos Verdes, Saboski and Tommy Ruth both go 6'2", 6'3", 200 pounds.
You get a shot out front.
Oh, that's Tommy Ruth changing levels. I like it. That's a good save from Thoyer.
And of course, if you're the goalie, as you were, you'd like to get that first big save under your belt, kind of get your juices flowing, right?
That's right. Seeing the ball, making a save gives confidence.
PV gets a chance to apply its ride, and Loyola scouted it. They're going to bring their goalie right up across midfield. And now he's all the way to the rack.
And it's a wise timeout, you know. You have possession of the ball. You don't want your goalie down there. If it's not a clear-cut case, you call timeout. Great call by Coach Cohen.
I like the reaction of that goalie, though. You know, PV has been stopping people at midfield. He saw an opening and took it, broke the pressure. And the timeouts, they've got plenty of those, so they can use it.
You got the grilled cheese truck, He's So Hungry, Chancho's Tacos, and a Rocky Ice Hawaiian Shave Ice. Make sure you get something good to eat at the food trucks tonight.
Looks like a different Loyola team than it looked like on Saturday.
Yeah.
I said it last game, like, I want to see more of number one. The kid's good. Mason O'Hanlon.
So Loyola just outside the attack. So you were talking about Mason O'Hanlon. What do you like about him?
I like the kid's shifty. He has good vision against the short stick. I love his matchup. He's went 1-1 against Harvard Westlake.
Cubs had a chance to draw something up. We'll see what that is. And this is O'Hanlon. Gets a step, gets a look. Shot goes wide.
It's a nice rip by O'Hanlon. And this is the matchup. Sean Smith, Shane Sharp.
And they reverse it quickly.
There's just a pep in Loyola's step right now. They're one step quicker in my mind.
Yeah, PV's on their heels a little bit.
It's Partemian.
Partamian. He gets a look, shot goes wide. We have got 9 minutes, 52 seconds to go, second quarter. Loyola in blue leads Palos Verdes in white by a score of 2-1. Chief, are you surprised it's this low scoring?
Not surprised because I knew Loyola would keep it this close. But at the same time, surprised because they are playing fast-paced. They are playing to score, and it's been very good lacrosse, just haven't been able to, beat the goalies.
And just right on cue.
That's my boy O'Hanlon, though. I knew that.
O'Hanlon got the step from X, and man, he turned it around quickly. Beat Palos Verdes high side left. That's right where Grandma keeps the peanut butter. And it is 3-1 Loyola.
So as we know, it's a game of momentum, a game of runs, and you feel the energy right now with the Cubs.
This game playing out a lot like the first meeting between these two teams. Loyola in charge, their pace, their lead, and they're winning face-offs to boot.
Mason O'Hanlon gives the Cubs a 3-1 lead.
Fit and Hess to face off.
So far, Hess has had his way and wins that one clean.
I wouldn't be shocked if next draw you see Jared Jones take it and just let the guy win it and try to take it away.
Meanwhile, Loyola in possession again. This much possession time, it does begin to wear on a defense, even one that's as deep as Palos Verdes.
I tell you what I like about Loyola is it seems to be playing more guys. Like I said, O'Hanlon getting some time. That was just number 32. Luke McKenna getting some time.
Smith looking for the cage roll on Sharp. Still got it. Gets a step, shot, and a goal! Sean Smith has rung up a hat trick halfway through the second quarter.
That was just sick.
He comes over and lets the fans have a look. We have got 8 minutes, 52 seconds to go in the second quarter, and the lead is 3.
And that's no slouch he's going against. Shane Sharp, Division I bound. Palos Verdes quiet right now.
8:52 remaining in the second quarter.
Same two face-off guys. We'll see if it's the same outcome.
It's his third goal of the game. It's 4-1 Loyola.
Had it, lost it. Now Palos Verdes goes the other way. Nice shot by Fitz.
That's right. Very important possession here for Palos Verdes. And just to generate offense, not necessarily, they don't need a goal, but they just need to generate some offense, and here it is. Oh, takeaway, Moeller. Took it right off him.
And the fast outlet is overthrown, ends up in the attack zone, and now it's loose. Loyola shakes 2.
Timeout from White. Smart timeout. Maintain possession.
8 minutes, 12 seconds to go, second quarter. That is Palos Verdes' first timeout. Palos Verdes will put the ball in the capable hands of Petey Hinkhouse, number 12 on the near side. What would you draw up in a situation like this, Chief?
I draw up a little bit of possession, and like our coach Haddad said, the producer, you got to attack from the wings or from X. And we'll probably initiate play over here on this side with Petey Hinkhouse from a wing dodge.
Well, they have gone around the block twice now. They'll start it with Booth. They got 2 guys down at X, as you would call. Now they break that up.
Loyola's zone, though, is tight right now. They're doing a good job of looking away from the ball. No.
And he splits 2. Shot goes wide. Yeah, I liked their footwork tonight. From what I saw, that Loyola defense, when they first played PV, there were a couple times they got caught ball watching, but right now all the feet are moving, everybody's sliding.
That's right, and the looks they're giving up right now are off PV's off their back foot shooting, not necessarily going north and south, ending up towards the cage. So they're doing their job, Loyola's defense.
Low-eye feeds it out front. Shot and a great save just before it got over the line.
Oh, ref's in the right spot, though.
Let's see about PV's ride here.
That's a great save by Thoyer. Stick side high, but still, seeing the ball and controlling the rebound.
Nice little outlet pass, and the pole will bring it in.
Ooh, you can't.
What do you have?
Offside. Excuse me. They're offsides. I think they were subbing, but
They'll get it in Jones's hand, and he'll see if he can push it.
they got numbers.
Gets it ahead.
There it
low
is.
eye.
Skip that.
Right out in front. That pass gets away. They wanted Rizal Smith out in front. Couldn't control it.
Thought a skip pass there might have been the look. In any case, going back Loyola's way. And this is the matchup. This is Georgetown on Maryland as he wisely moves the ball.
Halfway through the second quarter, and Loyola is having things its way.
Errant pass by Loyola.
A rare miscue by the Cubs.
That's right. That may be their first turnover, if not their second, but
Yeah, they threw one away on a clear in the first quarter, but I'll bet you they're down to just 2 or 3 turnovers. So, again, just exactly the way they would have scripted it.
They got numbers, and this is what PV likes. Is
Dumps it, Loyola gets it to X. Yeah, I think they were hoping to maybe score more in transition and not let Loyola set up in that zone.
Right.
Had them scrambling, but now they are set. Hinkhouse will start out front now, up on top.
Loyola doing a good job of pushing out on the wings and not letting PV necessarily spin it. Get it back there this time.
Now they left him. And a shot and a goal. You know, Chief, the zone followed him out to the wing, and when the defender turned to resume his spot, there was nobody on the ball. He had time and room.
That's right. As soon as he saw the head turn, he stepped in, put it top right. It's a great shot.
With 5 minutes, 13 seconds to go, PV has notched its second goal and cut the lead to 4-2.
Huge goal. PV needed to answer, and they did, keeping themselves within clawing distance.
Next thing they got to do is figure out a way to win a faceoff.
That's right. Verdes goal at 5:13 in the second period by number 9, Aiden Wesley. Scores now Loyola 4, Palos Verdes 2.
Chief, I want to ask you about that goal and the way they defended that. I know it's a zone, and I know you've got a. Meanwhile, Jarrett Jones is off to the races. A shot goes high. You've got a zone to protect, but if you're on the ball, do you turn and leave the guy with the ball to resume your spot?
You know, and that's the biggest myth per se. You're not covering an area, you're covering a guy in the area, so you have to stand your guy. You can't necessarily pass him until he is picked up by somebody else.
So in that case, stay with the guy. Somebody else will find your spot in the.
That's right. Maybe replace each other.
On the other hand, we'll see if PV learns something from that, and maybe they'll start attacking from X now, take it out to the wing until the defender abandons them. Anyway, they are back in control here and moving the ball smartly.
That's Gressick with the ball, junior.
He had a great game on
Ooh,
Saturday.
that's a big skip.
Big shot!
Mama's goal off the side of the net.
That brought the PV fans to their feet. You can see a little bit more spring in PV step. They're starting to put a little more on these shots.
Yep. Even on the passes, zipping it a little bit more, playing with confidence.
See, like any game, this is one of momentum. PV trying to wrest it firmly away.
And this is where you like Rizal downhill.
Steps inside, swim, move, shot goes wide.
That's nice work from number 0.
I always say it's not how fast you start, it's how fast you stop. And he stops faster than anybody, changes directions, and gets his looks.
That's right. His change of direction is unmatched.
They get a look out front and let it go. They will hustle it back. Good stick work by that Loyola defender, though. Stayed right on it.
Yep, and 33 was a starting quarterback for the Palos Verdes Sea Kings. They won Bay League champs, so no stranger to big games here.
Not afraid of the contact either. There's a low shot. Goes wide again. Quick pickup. Hurried that one a little bit. Spins inside.
I'll call it Ward probably. Oh, timeout. Okay.
We have got 3 minutes, 27 seconds to go. Second quarter. Second timeout for PV.
Timeout, Palos Verdes.
For following us on the live stream, we apologize for the technical difficulties. It's just a weak internet signal here in the booth. But stay with us. Hopefully you'll get bits and pieces. Chief and I are having big fun up here. Palos Verdes on the attack. Booth will send it around. You know, we thought Loyola might mix it up a little bit, zone and man, but frankly, there's been no reason to get out of the zone.
That's right. Stick with what's working. So far right now, it's working. PV's definitely having a little bit of trouble with this zone.
Hinkhouse turns inside. Great stick work by the defense.
De-sticked by number 4. It's a great job by Tommy Riley taking it off.
He not only caused a turnover, he got the ball back for Loyola on the D-stick.
Here's number 30. Oh, D-stick.
Yard sale right there. Who's going to pick that ball up? Jarrett Jones keeps his feet, has numbers. Loyola, oh, he was wide open and didn't see it. A shot to goal!
I think that was Wesley.
8.
From Loyola. Wesley.
Aiden Wesley took the feed from Loyola and he ripped it top shelf right. And with 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go second quarter, Palos Verdes has cut that lead to 4-3.
That was a great job by Loyola playing with his head up. You know, we looked at it and thought maybe he could take an extra step, get to the cage. But sharing's caring, found Wesley has the hot hands.
He had a much better idea than we did. He took an average shot and turned it into a clean look.
Scores now Loyola 4, Palos Verdes 3.
In a game of runs, as you mentioned, Chopper, right now momentum going the Palos Verdes way. That's going to be a hold on White.
And Loyola will bring it back. They dearly need a long possession here just to try to restore some momentum. And Chief, it's too dark in the booth. Oh, he's got a look. And a great piece of work by Jarrett Jones to catch up. It's too dark in the booth for me to read the roster, so you're going to have to do this by rote memory. I know who that is.
That's it.
Sean Smith against Shane Sharp. And we got a flag coming up.
See, that's just undisciplined. You know, there's no need for that. You're in position, no need to hit him from behind, but it happens.
Remember, these are 17-year-old kids, right?
That's right. Discipline is a different meaning here.
As it turns out, there have been only 2 flags in this game, one in the first quarter, one in the second quarter, both against Palos Verdes. Loyola will be in a man up. We talked early in the game where Loyola was probably happy to just move the ball and keep the game slow with the man up. Now with the game having taken off and with Palos Verdes grabbing the momentum, I'm sure they'd like to get a goal here.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's a minute penalty or 30 seconds, but in any case, I think it's wise to keep a little bit of possession.
Less than 2 minutes to go now, second quarter.
Oh, they got him moving. There it is.
Right out front, clean look, a shot and a goal.
That was a great job on man up. I saw them move the defense, and as soon as they did, they were able to find Ryder Moore on the backside, who just stepped down and ripped high to low.
Ryder Mora was calm. He didn't rush it. He spread his feet out and ripped it. And with a minute 51 to go, Loyola is in front of this game 5-3.
John Goalie looking for a save or two, you know. I think a couple have gotten by him, and they've been great shots, but still, you know, at this level, you need to steal 1 or 2.
Just get that feeling of the ball in your stick.
1:51 remaining in the second period. Goals by number 11, Ryder Mora. He's assisted by number 1, Mason O'Hanlon. Scores Loyola.
Once again, Loyola will control this ball on a violation.
Extra lacrosse are playing without the whistle. Not sure why number 4 would trigger play as the LSM, but
we will sort this out. Loyola set to trigger it.
so 1:35 left on the clock.
Any chance the Cubs would try to hold it for the rest of the period?
No chance. This is the matchup we're looking for. O'Hanlon on a short stick.
He wanted to squeeze one off and let it go.
That's Mason's second time throwing the ball away in this quarter.
You know, Loyola had a chance to go into the half with all the momentum. Palos Verdes frozen at 5-3. We'll see if PV can try to get something done in the last minute or so here.
They got numbers here if they push.
Cross field pass, gets a step. Nice defense by Loyola, right on his
1 minute
hands.
remaining.
And now back to your question. I think PV would be wise to hold it on this end of the field.
Now, Rizal Smith wakes up in the morning and his feet are moving. But he's going to play the script. We'll see if it ends up in his stick. Booth back to Rizal, 40 seconds to go. When would you start your dodge?
20 seconds. Rizal checking the clock.
Probably checking up here with you, Chief. He's waiting for you to tell him to go.
So pretty close. Starting the dodge at 21 seconds. It's about right.
Draws 2 and flips it. 15 seconds to go as they send it far side. Hinkhouse gets a step. Shot goes wide.
All right, hands free from Hinkhouse. 8 seconds left.
Loyola will start it. See if he can just get to the front of the cage. Tries an inside roll. Shot goes wide.
That should do it.
Chief, if you're Loyola and they told you before the game you'd be leading 5-3 at half, would you take it?
Oh, I'd be ecstatic with it. They played a great first half, controlled pace of the game, had them on their heels early. I think right now PV may be scratching their heads.
We're halfway through this one, and Loyola has had it its way the entire game. 5-3 Cubs at the half. Start the third quarter of this game. Chief, you made an observation before the game. Loyola, before the game, warmed up for an hour. At halftime, Loyola met for 3 minutes and warmed up for 7. Palos Verdes just warmed up for a minute or two. What do you prefer when you're a coach? Warming them up a lot or not so much?
Yeah, not so much. I like a 40-minute warm-up. I think eventually it gets old and you're not even warming up. You're just kind of out there messing around. So I think a nice 40 minutes and then right into the game.
Well, we are right into the game, and we'll see how the face-off X goes. Loyola had its way in the first half, and it continues here.
See, they put a long stick out there to face off for Palos Verdes. They had Kyle McBride out there on the face-off.
Well, there's a fight for that ground ball.
Oh, that's a great job by Moeller. He's having himself a great game, Nick Moeller.
I like the outlet pass, too. They basically just threw it over the ride. Beats Jared Jones and then eats it.
Gets hammered.
The stick flew about 10 yards.
That's right. That's a good individual effort. That's a tough play by Ryder Mora. He's a tough kid. You would expect that coming from Coach Mora's son, UCLA football coach.
Meanwhile, Palos Verdes will bring it into the attack zone for their first real possession of the half.
PV getting their guys on the field. Looks like Mikey Booth and Petey Hinkhouse and the Big Sabowski coming on.
Well, we'll see what Jimmy Burrell drew up at halftime, because whatever they came into the game with wasn't really working.
They need to send a couple more cutters through, or at least wheel, or do something a little bit more inside, I think, offensively.
You want to get those zone players moving. You know, you want to force them to adjust, and right now they're able to just hold their ground.
You see, they bring two to the ball. If they can just move it.
Nice pass. Booth with a catch. Blocked in the defense.
Yeah, I didn't even get to the goal on that one. Loyola doing a good job of collapsing.
Big ground ball by the Big Sabowski.
You have the zone stretched right now. If you can attack, we got numbers on this left side.
Hinkhouse to his left hand. Who's going to win that possession?
Giving it to Palos Verdes.
Good hustle by both,
right,
the goalie
right.
and the PV backups. Like you said at halftime, Chief, this game in no way resembles the first game. Score is similar, but the play has been much better.
So much better, so much faster, so much more enjoyable from a stands viewpoint.
Out on top, lets it go. A shot to goal. That's number 8, John Gressett. Spread them out. Let it go. Top shelf right. We know it's sitting up there. Peanut butter time. We have got 10 minutes, 15 seconds to go third quarter. Palos Verdes has inched back to within 1. They trail 5-4.
That's right, though. Happy to be down 5-4. Not happy to be down 5-4, but this lead was at 4-1 and could have been stretched out a little bit wider. Palos Verdes scored a goal. So right now, you know, a little bit more confident on the Palos Verdes side.
Back to the face-off X. Nice job. Loyola again.
Palos Verdes opens the scoring.
They take the ball back in their defensive zone so PV can set up its ride here. Loyola knows to get it to their goalie, and he moves it up. And he's been sharp with his passes today.
Ooh.
Oh, they bumped him right in front of the cage.
Oh, that's a huge save from John Goalie.
And we're going to have a penalty flag. A little too much contact out in front. Great save by the PV goalie, and then a little bit overly aggressive by the defense.
That's right, but you know, you want to see an aggressive defense. Once again, great save by John Goalie.
Yeah, in fact, you know, PV made a mistake. The first guy bumped him sideways. Second guy bumped him right out in front of the cage. Be that as it may, this is the third man up for Loyola. They've scored on one of their man ups and control possession, obviously, on the other. But they've had one in each quarter.
That's right. I'd look to see the same thing they did. They were so open on the first play.
PV was all set to grab the momentum after that goal.
See, I would like to see Loyola run a play or at least move. Here we go. Change formations. You got to get the defense moving, which they are right now.
Shot and a save.
Big save from John Ward, maybe coming alive in the second half.
Smith looking to bring it up front, finds a man in front, and another great save.
Kid's feeling it right now. John Ward, 3 huge saves in a row.
Chief, this game could be 6 or 7 to 4 right now.
That's right, the big man lumbering right now.
PV in transition, nobody picks up the ball. McBride will take it in.
That's great hustle by Partamian. This is where he excels.
Look at the wheels on Partamian.
Ooh.
Has a man, it gets away.
I didn't get a number on that, but whoever stopped Partamian did a great job just knocking him off balance, causing that errant pass.
Might have been Johangen, 22.
That was a great job because north and south, that kid's almost unstoppable. Syracuse loves it.
Nice job to slip 2. Hinkhouse. Smith. Shot goes high and Rizal hops up in frustration.
Yeah, that shot ended up over in Catalina. That thing had so much momentum.
PV trying to settle down and get a good look. They were in transition there, got there a step ahead of the zone. Kind of a forced shot there. Rebound shot, nice save.
Yeah, that's a foot save.
Gee, how about the goalie play? Both
Loving
in.
the goalies, man. This is awesome. Big goalies, too. Both goalies are about 6'1", 6'2". But quick feet, quick hands. That was a great save by Thoyer.
Mora brings it in, and now they'll take it to X. It is
Hassenberg. Once again, just a sophomore.
back and forth they go, Chief. Both teams have put a lot of pressure on the goalies, and they have been equal to it.
That's right, and obviously to win a championship, you need solid play from the goaltending position.
Pass gets away.
Could be over and back. Oh, good job, Loyola, keeping it on this side of the field. It's a great job defensively.
Mora.
Partamian with the ball. Shakes to his left.
Looking. Wanted somebody out front, wasn't there.
O'Hanlon.
Tough angle.
Outside, Mama's. The reason we call it a Mama's goal is anytime they see the net moves, they seem to scream. They like seeing the net move, but counts for 0.
As you said, all the PV polls can bring it up. They can all score. Nice stick work by Loyola to knock that one loose. Somehow that wasn't offsides, but it'll go back to Loyola.
Both teams hustling, laying it all on the line.
Nice look. Gets it ahead to Mora. And we've got a flag.
Yeah, you know, number 7, that's Michael Lira. Just, you know, the second one always gets caught. I think Rizal gave him a little bit of business, and number 7 retaliated. PV will have their first man up, I believe. Ref's talking it over right now.
And it'll stand.
That's where you got to keep your cool. You know, the second one always gets seen. Not saying that you should be the first one to deliver, but you can never retaliate.
Yeah. Indignation is a hard emotion to control, and that's what happens. You think, I'm not going to let that guy get away with that. And then you get caught. Hinkhausen.
Big man up for Palos Verdes, their first one on the day. PV going out of that 3-3 with a high crease. Seems to be a go-to for many teams.
Who's got it? It's on the near side here, and then they throw it away. So a little too cute. Oh, wait a minute. Nice save by Palos Verdes.
Hustle play from, I think it was Jack Larkin back there.
Shot goes wide.
feel like they have something if they just wheel this side. They got the 2-on-1 if Aiden just carries one step higher. Right on this side, right here, I'm talking about.
About halfway through the penalty, PV without a quality shot yet.
Still got
Hinkhouse.
it on this side.
Just sloppy stick work on this penalty. Hinkhouse gets a step, gets a look, shot goes wide. I tell you, the Loyola defenders are doing a good job of making the PV shooters pay after they let it go. A lot of contact, all legal. And we are at even strength.
So Loyola does a good job of just killing this penalty. PV gets 3 shots, none on goal.
5 minutes, 15 seconds to go, third quarter. Loyola clinging to its 5-4 lead. Hard to dodge against the zone, isn't it, Chief?
Yeah, you got to dodge a little bit. I wouldn't say the new theory is you do dodge, but you dodge to move it. Dodge to draw them, dodge to move the zone. PV's struggling right now.
Is that going to be a slash?
Playing without a stick, I assume. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looked like he warded the defender off.
Oh, what happened was, so 34's head came off his stick. He continued to play, so it's a procedure call, playing without the right equipment. Pretty funny, kind of like a sword out there, just using it to dislodge the ball.
But you observed, it looked like the PV attack man who lost his stick sort of shielded the defender from the ball. So, but the guilty party in this case is Loyola. And we'll have the second straight man up for Palos Verdes.
Hopefully they can get a look.
You look at Loyola leading this entire game and you wonder about the finish and if it'll be anything like the time they played during the season.
So with that being said, you would think that Palos Verdes is confident right now, where Loyola could be on their heels just psychologically. Not saying that's happening, but
maybe if you're Jimmy Burrell, you're saying we got him right where we want him. This is how we beat him last time.
that's right. Been here, done that.
On the other hand, I'm sure Loyola is thrilled with the way this game's going. They have played a picture-perfect defensive game.
So there's no man up. I guess they just called playing without a stick, and ball was stayed away.
Possession to PV and play on. Hinkhouse will keep it. They're kind of resorting deep into their bag of tricks here, Chief. It looks like they have no real
No, right? No
plan.
attack plan. It's over and back. Ball will go blue. That's just sloppy. PV's playing sloppy right now.
Loyola with the possession. Mora. Hasenberg.
I think Loyola would be wise to use this possession, use a minute or so.
Well, the nice thing, they're freezing Palos Verdes' fleet folks. I mean, they're sloppy because they're not having a chance to move and do the things they like to do. It's like running in quicksand.
It's Partamian against Rizal. Partamian going to his left. He favors his right hand. Whoa. Rizal just standing him up.
But he gets a step, gets a look, shot is blocked. Partamian stayed with it.
Gets his own rebound.
How about PV's goalie?
Connor Jungawad feeling it, seeing it, being it. Doing a great job standing tall.
He has kept them in this game. Rizal Smith. PV does not push it.
Subbing off all 3 middies right now, PV.
Well, they're deep enough.
And against most teams, not as deep other teams, but Loyola just as deep as Palos Verdes.
And we said in the semifinal game, Westlake wore out in the second half, facing the human wave attack that was coming from Palos Verdes. There's a man, gets a step, shot goes wide.
It's a good job getting topside by Eden Wesley. Applying some pressure, knocking at the door. Ball's been on this side of the field, I'd say at least 3/4 of this third quarter.
Austin Loyi. Again, Chief, I got to tell you, they do not look like there's a plan here on how they're going to beat this zone, other than get a step and draw. Maybe that's all you do.
Keep attacking from the wings. Attack from there. Ooh, that's a good save by Thoyer. All important loose ball. Yeah, that's the right call.
Ball will go to Loyola, much to the chagrin of the PV contingent. Chance for a ride here for PV. They've only caused a turnover, taken it away once or twice. There's one.
Looks like they got him here, though.
Ball's loose. Goal is empty. Jones kicks it ahead. Wise move to kick it back. Good job by the Loyola defense.
I love all the fans that get so excited. They see the goalie out of the goal. They just say shoot it like it's an automatic. Oh,
Like it's an open net, right?
shoot the ball, of course. 5 Cubs there. In any case, exciting.
Nice ride by PV. Only the second or third turnover they've caused with their upfield ride.
PV controlling this quarter for sure. Something with the clock.
They are having them run a few seconds off the clock. Maybe it had not started after the last whistle.
I don't know, Chopper. I'm nervous. This game's exciting. You know, even if I'm not participating, I seem to get nervous for both teams.
Well, I will tell you that in the third quarter, both goalies have come alive to make outstanding saves.
That's right, and these are next level goalies. Thoyer will get picked up somewhere and go to a solid college.
We've got 1:15 to go as they resume play, third quarter. Loyola leads this one 5-4.
Is it possible to wear down a zone? I don't know. A lot of times you go into a zone to rest a little bit, but
Yeah.
applying this much pressure. Ooh, there he is. Smooth it.
Another good job by the long pole for Loyola. De-sticking his man.
It's Nico Econ.
Mora. Inside of 30 seconds now.
Yeah, this is where you definitely hold for one shot. Oh,
Knocked the ball loose. 25 seconds. PV will move it
42. I need to look deep in my PV roster for that one.
Hart Swan.
Art Swan.
Hinkhouse got dumped at midfield.
When if PV goes man up, that's huge for PV because they should retain possession. Or just a loose ball.
Just a
push.
loose ball push, yeah. 15.5 seconds to go. Third quarter.
Give a shout out to Hart Swan. You know, they have 5, 6 defensemen that are all next level, Palos Verdes does. Hart Swan getting some action. So it will be man up. Palos Verdes should hold the ball. That way they can retain possession.
They will give it to Hinkhouse.
Palos Verdes a man up for 30 seconds.
So you're going to give half this penalty a man up away just to make sure you get no face off for the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, you know, possession means so much, and the face-off's 50-50 if you're man up. Might as well start man up.
Face-offs have not been 50-50 tonight, Chief. They've been 80-20 Loyola. So another reason for PV to hold the pearl.
That's right, and it's either 15 seconds on this quarter or 15 seconds on the next. Might as well take the ball and take your chances next
They'll
quarter.
chase Hinkhouse, but he will have none of it. The whistle will blow. play will end. At the end of 3 quarters, it's Loyola 5 and Palos Verdes 4.
Third period scores Loyola.
So the 4th quarter will begin with Palos Verdes in possession. 15 seconds to go on their man up, so they'll need to hustle here. But I'm sure for them, they're just happy to have possession and not have to
Face off. Again.
face off, right. Hank House. And we're back to even strength. Oh, and the man shows up from behind, almost knocks it loose.
So PV was down 3 goals the first time they played going into the 4th quarter. Now just down 1 goal. Credit Loyola.
Yeah, and the thing is that Loyola knows all that. They know what happened last time, and I think they're determined not to get snaked at the end.
Got the double, got him moving, throwing it away.
That has been pretty frequent. Chief, does the night game and the lighting have anything to do with this? I mean, is it hard to see?
Yeah, you know, these lights aren't the best, but I do think that they have improved, actually, looking at them.
How about as a goalie? I mean, you know, to me, you obviously got to pick that ball up early and see it well. Is it tough on goalies where it's not daylight?
It definitely takes a little bit getting used to, but once you dial in, you get your eyes so focused that, you know, you can see a little, whatever those little bouncy balls are.
I guess having 18-year-old eyesight beats having 60-year-old
That's right.
eyesight too. So each possession will become so precious now in the 4th quarter.
You see Loyola happy to take a little bit of air out of the ball, not in a rush.
Mora sizes things up, and they will give him a path to X where he can get an invert.
This is smart inverting, but against Hinkhouse, that's a tough matchup. Nagy's sliding quickly.
That's Garrett Smith with the step, and then he'll give it up. Your boy O'Hanlon wants to get to his right.
Swimming over Gressick. So this is Smith, whose name we haven't called much. Loyola showing off their depth.
Another great save by Palos Verdes, and he will control the rebound. Nice outlet.
So that's a great job by Jack Larkin.
The zone is not set yet, but Palos Verdes will wait and get its attack group on.
So that was a good job by John Gore, not only making the save, controlling the rebound, and getting the outlet up and over. It's okay to throw the ball over your guy. You just never want to underthrow it as the goalie.
Hinkhouse will leave the field. They will sub for him. PV's kept a man stuck right in the middle of that zone, and the top defenders have done a good job of picking him up when the ball goes base to the goal line.
It's Tommy Ruth, 24. The big Lebowski and Mikey Booth out there for Palos Verdes. There it is.
There's the shot, spreads him out. Nice save by the Loyola goal.
That's right. Goalies trading punches, and once again, clean save, handling his rebound. High to high, though, is probably not going to fly at this level in this championship game.
We talked on one of the lax wraps about the improvement of goalies in some of these teams, and both these goalies have been just championship quality goalies.
That's right. That's how you get to a championship game, is riding the goalies. So they changed matchups. That's Shane Sharp on, can't get a number there, 27, on Hassenberg. And they moved.
Gets a step to the cage, shot, goes high.
Right.
We are below 8 minutes to go here, and now it's time to, a little pressure time now on Palos Verdes. The number of possessions will be limited.
Loyola likes to run this stack where they like to get a step, send guys in different directions.
Jones picks up the ball. And the pass comes out to midfield.
Good job Usually you like to see a check up instead of a check down, but it worked out for Jack Larkin. Retaining the possession on the over and back.
Larkin will rush it in.
That's where I'd like to attack. You know, no backup, they're not set. Clock winding down, winding down.
The game has slowed down. This is Booth. There's a man on the, right on the goal line. Shot is blocked. Outlet pass is stuffed.
It's a big ground ball from Tommy Riley. That's a great job, Tommy Riley. Scoops up the ground ball, finds his boy Max Nibolina.
And there's your
Timeout.
coach's strategic timeout. We've got 7 minutes and a second to go. Fourth quarter. Loyola by 1. A couple people. First, our producer, Mark Haddad, the long man. Spent a ton of time this year cutting film, creating the highlights and so forth. Also want to give a shout out to our on-site producer, Lisa Allen. Her company is Righteous Star. They do videos of any high school sport, a lot of football, a lot of basketball, a lot of lacrosse. You can find her at righteousstar.com. Meanwhile, Loyola has taken this thing inside of 7 minutes. Controlling the pace, controlling possession.
This is Hassenberg, Arnhart, Swan. Two sophomores.
Michael Lira with the ball. And here's your matchup.
That's it. Sean Smith had his first 3 goals, been kind of quiet.
Hasn't touched the ball a lot. Looks like he's got designs on a little better possession here. Trying to get that cage roll. Good defense.
It's great defense by Shane Sharp.
So they'll try somebody else.
Sharp Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year for the Bay League. This is 16 from Loyola, Shaken. JP Hatch. So we're calling some new names from Loyola.
As you said, they are just as deep as Palos Verdes, and they're showing it to you right now.
And that's number 2, Patrick Cassani. So, yeah, new names being out there. That's a sophomore. A lot of sophomores out there as well.
Nice defensive work there. He jumped the pass. Jack Quinn.
Ooh, off of blue and the penalty. Hustle play.
So Quinn got the turnover and drew the penalty. We won't cut away here. I want to do one more shout out. Everybody that listens to Lax Rats knows what a fan I am of Tom Farrell. He was Miracosta Mustang class of 2011. What you may not know is that his father was the public address announcer during those games. And Luke Farrell would call the games, do a little bit of play-by-play. And if you've never seen a PA announcer make a difference in a game, you never listen to Luke Farrell, because he would say, Palos Verdes with the ball, and they've got a wide open man on the right crease that the Miracosta defense might want to check up on. And, but Luke, hopefully you're listening. We miss you, and hopefully get to see you out here at the game real time. Good friend and a good man.
So a huge man up here for Palos Verdes. Down a goal. Haven't been able to solve their zone. Ooh, big save. That's a different goalie. There's a different goalie in goal right now.
So it's number 9.
Was that Thoyer in there?
That's Thor.
Oh, he looks small from this angle. He was crouching. My bad. My apologies.
TV back on the attack. Fakes the pass, takes the shot, lets it go, and a goal! 5 minutes, 1 second to go.
Jack Larkin.
Jack Larkin faked the pass. The defender blinked, and he ripped it. And he has tied this game with just over 5 minutes to go. And Chief, you couldn't ask for a better finish than this.
That's right. This is what we look for. This is why we love the game. Tie score, LA Championships, 1 seed versus 2 seed. 5 minutes left. This is awesome.
By the way, what's going on in Orange County? We just got a score there.
It's 9-8. St. Margaret's over Corona Del Mar heading into the 4th quarter. So that's a 2 seed versus a 1 seed right now. 2 seed is up by 1.
So both of the top seeds made it through to their championship games, and both are close. Nice job by Moore on the pickup. Now he's going to show you the wheels. Wow. Exciting here. Chief, you've coached games like this. Do the kids get nervous when there's this kind of pressure, or are they just out there playing?
They're just out there playing. They're talking about silly things. They're having fun. It's honestly the most fun environment to be in. Under the lights, tie score in a championship game. It doesn't get better than this. And as a coach, you want to keep your kids loose. You know, if you crack a joke or something, they know what they need to do. You just need to keep them loose, having fun.
Oh, Hanlon on the run, nothing there. Now they'll reverse it down to X. Draws two, pass out in front, ball's loose.
I don't know if that was a pipe or not. Clearly a mom knows the rules that are in the crease.
That call was made by Mrs. Somebody. She is called in the crease. That's the right call. The players will all listen in. 3 minutes, 53 seconds to go in regulation. We have got a 5-5 lacrosse game.
Oh, and a free clear.
Hinkhouse will trigger things for Palos Verdes. Back it up a little bit there, Petey.
I don't think the kids are nervous, but I think the coaches coaches are definitely nervous.
I'm nervous.
Feel ya.
Smith will get it out to the foot. They've had a lot of luck from that far wing. Larkin has been over there just sniping. This time it's Mikey Booth. You got your boy, the big Saboski, out on top.
That's right. And I'll tell you what, you want to move the ball away from Nick Moeller. That kid's had himself a day today.
Saboski will trigger it. Booth. They found something on that far side. Hinkhouse gets the step, gets a clean look, lets it go. Oh! Top shelf right. Oh, mama.
Petey Hinkhouse, hands free, usually shoots on his left. That time stepped down to his right. Where'd he put it, Chopper?
Top shelf right, and we all know what's up there. You know what? You talk about being able to get your own shot. You talk about that in basketball. You talk about it in hockey. The Hinkhouse created the time. He created the room. And, man, he picked a tiny spot up there. Grandma had no chance to protect that peanut butter.
That was sick.
PV crowd on its feet. Meanwhile, the Loyola contingent imploring its players. 3 minutes, 14 seconds to go. 2 quick goals by Palos Verdes have reversed the fortune. All important face-off. PV puts a pole out there to try to win it, but Loyola will control. Nice job by Mora. What an athlete.
Yeah, this kid's good, a tough kid.
Splits 2.
2 good defensemen.
Kyle McBride staying with him, and now they'll get it back. Right out in front. Goal! 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 Loyola has tied this game from a scrum out in front. That looked like number 4, Tommy Riley, with the goal.
I need a replay or a rehash. What happened there, Chopper?
They got the ball to the wing, and when they dumped it inside, it looked like the goalie thought he had knocked it loose. Ball fell to his feet. Riley was the first one to pick it up, and he made no mistake.
I would say unassisted. Tommy Riley with the goal.
Chief, we are down to the final 2 minutes, 53 seconds of regulation. I just want one prediction from you. Will the game winner be scored by a known entity or somebody who comes out of nowhere that you never heard of?
I'm going with a known entity. Big players make big plays in big games. It's cliche, but it's true, so we'll see
All
how
right,
it ends.
keep an eye on Sean Smith. Keep an eye on Rizal Smith, number 0 in white and number 3 in blue.
I'm saying, though, there's 2 more goals scored in this game.
PV fans not happy with that. Looked like the Loyola guy wrapped up the PV guy's stick, but Loyola will get the violation and the possession here. 1 timeout remaining for the Cubs. I think PV's got both of its timeouts remaining.
Well, you couldn't ask for anything better. We're at 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, and score tied at 6-6. If you're a random spectator, you would think, holding PV to under double digits
Wins the game,
that's
right?
That's right.
Not so far. O'Hanlon, jab step, and the ball comes loose.
And they're out running. They have transition. They're way ahead.
Once they're in transition. Gets it ahead to Loyola. Passes tip. Nice defensive work by Loyola.
That's a great job by Loyola, hustling back and saving that transition, and also a great handle by Rizal.
Timeout Burrell here, you think? Minute 55.
No, we got numbers. Not numbers, but 4v4. I like it.
Hinkhouse loses it. Nice stick work by Loyola. Ball comes loose. A lot of hacking going on out there.
Now you go timeout.
So Burrell runs down the sideline, calls his timeout with a minute 37 seconds to go. It'll be PB ball when we come back. Chief, you know Burrell. You know this group of guys. Two questions for you. Number one, what kind of play do you call when you're coming out of the timeout, and do you try to run it down and take the last shot?
I personally listening to the. Ooh.
2 goals by Corona Del Mar has put the Kings ahead by 1 with 5 minutes to go.
And these Sea Kings right now retain the ball. I honestly go play for one shot here. You know, you want the ball to end on this side of the field. You don't want to give up any opportunities. But you got 17-year-old kids. They're going to see the first opening they take. They're going to shoot it. You can be sure of that.
So one other thing to think about. I think Burrell has one more timeout in his pocket. So they could run the ball around the perimeter, take it down to 40, 30 seconds, and call another timeout.
That's right. That's not, could be smart way to deal with this situation.
With all of that said, there's a reason why Jimmy Burrell is on that sideline and you and I are sitting up here in the booth.
That's right. He got him this far, so, ton of confidence in him making the right calls here.
Both teams have returned to the field. Palos Verdes will own the ball. Burrell with some last-minute instructions to P.D. Hinkhouse. And I'm sure it was not enjoy your time at Marquette next year. A little bit more immediate business to take care of right now. Got a battle of the flag bearers right now. The Loyola flag bearer has run up and down. Now the Sea Kings have. Both these teams have drawn great crowds, and both of them are into it.
And as we say, the people involved, Chopper, and one of the best things about this is the community. All the community come out. These stands are packed with lacrosse enthusiasts and also friends.
So Palos Verdes will trigger it. They will reverse it and bring it up on top to Hinkhouse, number 12.
Standing room only here. Everybody up on their feet.
Palos Verdes moving it smartly around, and the zone extending. They're not giving him anything easy. Booth.
Yeah, my heart's beating. My heart's beating, Chopper.
Well, it's good that it's beating. If it stops, let me know. That's news.
Yep.
1 minute. 1 minute to go in regulation.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Ooh, step in.
I don't think they're wanting to step in. I think they're going to take this thing down inside of 20, just the way you mapped it in the first half. Hinkhouse.
For those that remember, PV won their last game against Loyola with the last 2 seconds.
They tied it with 2 seconds, right?
That's right, tied it with 2 seconds.
So they know how to score late. 35 seconds to go. Low eye.
20 seconds left.
Rizal Smith.
Timeout.
No, they're going to set a pick for him. Steps inside. Shot is blocked. Rebound picked up.
Still should be a shot. Still should
Nice
be a
jab
shot.
step by Smith. Looked like he was going to bring it out on top. Step under the defender. Got a
8
good
seconds here. I just give it to PD or Rizal and tell him to make a play.
Hinkhouse pushed along the goal line. Tries to get space. Lets it go. Right on goal.
He makes a save.
And that's it. Time has expired here in regulation. The game is tied at 6, and we're going to see sudden death overtime. We'll be right back. And And look who's taking the face-off. Is that Jared Jones? And we are back to begin the overtime. Chief, look who's taking the face-off for Palos Verdes.
That's right, Jared Jones, the human eraser, the human vacuum, the human highlight reel.
So what's his plan going to be here?
Jam, step up, try to take the ball away.
No luck. Clean win for Loyola, and here they come. Chief, we saw Rizal Smith limp off the field after the end of regulation, and it's a cramp or maybe an injury, but it'll be interesting to see if he comes back. Meanwhile, timeout Loyola here to start the overtime. All right, Chief, let's bring it back and set it up. Looks like they're going to trigger it with O'Hanlon on the near side. I asked you during the break what kind of play you'd call up. You said get it to your best player and tell him to go.
That's always been my strategy here. Let the kids make the play. You know, if I have too many kids touching the ball, I get a little bit nervous, so I kind of just want to initiate with my best player, truthfully.
Don't get too cute. Well, you've got Mora on a short stick here, so that's not a bad man.
Yeah, I like this matchup here. He's a big player.
Mora looks. Nothing there.
Yeah, not much of a dodge from him.
He might have been setting up this next sequence.
Tell you, O'Hanlon's not scared to dodge, though. He's a big-time player.
Reverses again. Good help. We're going to call a push.
That's such a garbage call.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Meanwhile, Loyola's right back at it.
That's right, that's a garbage call.
Mora will trigger it. Checked up by number 18, Tucker Frazier. Good matchup there. Mora wants this look.
Saying, get out of my way, I got this.
See if he draws a slide or if they let Frazier go one-on-one. Gets to the top side. Loyola is showing some patience here. O'Hanlon. Look at him measure out on Sean Smith. Or rather on, Sean Smith, right? Is that him?
Yep.
They were trying to keep him from getting the ball.
This
Now he's got a shorty on him, right?
Oh, this is their senior playmaker. 3 goals so far.
They steer him away. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go, first overtime. It's sudden death, folks. You snooze, you lose. O'Hanlon trying to get the step.
Great play defensively, D-middies, short sticks. This is the matchup. Oh, this is JP Hatch. That's not JP Hatch, it's Hassenberg.
Hassenberg, right. Now Smith. Gets out in front, shot, and a goal! Sean Smith with his 4th goal of the game. Chief, he got a look out in front. The PB goalie has been stout, but he was no match for that shot, low bouncer. And Loyola has won the LA championship and the right to move on to face Orange County champion.
That's right. Hats off to the Cubs. You know, in the clutch play, you get it to your playmaker. Kids had 3 goals, his 4th on the day. Congrats to Loyola. Awesome season. Time to move on.
I want to give a shout out to this year's Palos Verdes Sea King team and Coach Jimmy Burrell. They won 19 in a row after dumping their first 2. Looked great through the playoffs and a terrific season. I'm sure they're disappointed not to win this game, but they have played well all year, and shout out to them. On the other hand, let's talk about the Loyola Cubs. There was a belief among some people that this team was not capable of coming from behind, but they showed it on Saturday against Harvard Westlake. They showed it again against Palos Verdes after coughing up the lead in the 4th quarter. They came back to tie it in regulation and win it in overtime.
You know what? They deserved this victory. They worked hard all year. They've had a couple missteps and so far as not always playing their best, but they played their best when it counted. They're a deep team. They're an experienced team. They have kids that will be back, holding Palos Verdes to single digits. Hats off to Loyola. Sean Smith, game-winning goal.
4th one of the game for him. That's going to be a wrap here from Miracosta High School in Manhattan Beach, where our final score is Loyola 7 and Palos Verdes 6. I want to thank our producer, Mark Haddad. I want to thank Max Lax LA and laxrats.com for their support. I want to thank our on-site producer, Lisa Allen. For the Chief, Lane Jabby, this is Chopper Drew Rogers saying thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.